Sun on the boardwalk, salt in my veins. Neon and gold cries, two men with two names. Tripp spits rapid, Graham keeps the beat slow. Two shadows on the sand, watching the town show. They say behavior's excuse if the culture waves high, but broken windows stay broken while the dogmas fly. Lion mouths on TV, promise clean hands and gold bands. Meanwhile, Texas pie like driftwood on the Grand Strand. Letters from the city tell us what we can and can't do. Zoning lines, permit signs, take another cut from you. We feel the tide pulling laws, marching like drums. Free speech muffled by fear in the county's thumbs. Conversations turn to courtroom fights on the pier. Every rule another brick in the house of fear. Tripp and Graham have issues. The ocean hears their shout. Tripp and Graham have issues. They don't know what it's about.
And welcome to another edition of Tripp and Graham Have Issues. And we've had so many issues that Graham has just been out on issues.
Yeah.
He is. So we've got a lot of issues to catch up on. And I just want to say I'm so glad to see you back. And he is looking fabulous.
I appreciate it.
It's his month. It's his month, everybody. He looks fabulous.
Oh, my God. Got my streamers.
You know what else today is?
What's that?
It's National Donut Day. So you can go to, I think, Krispy Kreme and Dunkin' and get a free donut. Yeah.
If only I ate sweets.
I know. Same way. But yeah, some listeners out there, by the time you hear this, you will find out that you missed your free donut.
This is a top source news information channel.
That's right.
Just after everything's over.
Yeah.
So
or recent history, whatever you want to look at it. Yeah. So what has been on your mind? What has been your issue lately?
no, it's contentious, but that's kind of what we do, right?
Yeah.
The whole nation is going insane with these teen takeovers. They're called teen takeovers, which means black. Hate to say it, not going to tiptoe around it anymore.
Yeah,
doesn't mean
it's not Bubba and his friend Skeeter who are out there. It's
not the frat guy. White frat guys have their issues too.
Oh,
but
yeah.
This isn't it. You're not going to see Kyle and Jared out there tearing the place up.
Exactly.
So it's blue cities have this problem a lot. Chicago is just, he's given up. Brandon Johnson, or I think that's him.
Yep.
Completely given up, and I think he encourages it. But the whole blue country, but now it's the South too. It's moving all over. It's metastasizing. They've shown up to Hilton Head Island. There was a weave removal ceremony at Pawleys Island Sonic. There's just balls all over the place.
I don't think this is organic or cultural. I think just like the protests that are going on at the ICE facilities and things like that, I think I think they're buying them off.
You think so with the takeovers?
I do. I really do. There doesn't seem anything organic about them.
I guess, except for with the takeover, social media. These kids are. It's a way to first you go viral, so you get the virality out of it, and then you get the actual meetup, and then you get the credit for starting the meetup. So the organizers kind of turn them into celebrities. I'm not saying you're wrong. I don't know. It just seems like with the takeovers there, with social media, they have a place to do it, and I think that's how it's done, in my opinion. But who knows?
Well, I just the timing of it, the amount of money that they have for traveling to these places and gathering. Fuel prices are ridiculous anyway. There's not a lot of traveling that even families are doing, and so it just seems like they have the abundance of these black youths that are showing up at these things. And I know my kids wouldn't have the income to be able to go to these places.
That's a good point. But if they're in that city, that's where they live. There's no travel, but I don't know. There sure are a lot of them to be living all in one city for sure.
It's just, they're like they were finding out for the ICE protests in New Jersey. The Democrats all of a sudden were like, wait a minute, these people aren't from New Jersey.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to sit there and say, okay, you're here, you're helping us and you're supporting us. We want you to do this. And they're like, no. So they were like, wait, what's going on?
Huh.
And then everybody they arrested, that they, ran their IDs, and I don't think they had a one that was from New Jersey.
I'd say I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah.
But, and then why are they there? Because the prisoners are, no, I shouldn't say prisoners. They're not.
No.
They're detainees.
Right.
Are going on a hunger strike. Okay, well, don't do that. What do you want America to say about that?
The thing is,
all you've got to do.
Nobody verified that they're on a hunger strike.
Okay, then
It seems like they're all It seems like they're all being fed and fed well and all eating. Doesn't seem like they cannot find a person in there that is that's closing their pie hole and not taking in the free food.
Yeah, talk about feeding. From what I've heard, there's it's a good bit better food than prisons, which it should be. There's something new every day. So I don't know what they're talking about. And even if there was a hunger strike, like I'm saying, okay, so eat something. What do you want America to do about that? We're following the law of the land and the law that most of the country voted to enact.
They're on a hunger strike because they want free GLP.
That reminds me. Remember when body positivity was a thing before GLPs?
Oh God, yeah, that's right.
that went away real quick.
That's right. Now, don't you dare talk about my anorexia. That's going to be the new thing. Yeah.
Lizzo's airplane sure leveled out after the GLP-1s. Saved a lot of jet fuel for that.
Yeah,
company.
She doesn't have to buy 3 seats anymore.
Yeah, exactly. On her own plane.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We have to balance out the plane, sit in the middle.
That's good stuff. So that's true. I mean, that went away real quick too. But yeah, I don't get it. Whether the ICE facilities or teen takeovers, it's like another thing with that is like Winston Churchill said, every country needs a good war.
Yeah,
and I think that's true because, and not that we need an actual war, but that mind frame at least. And the first worlders, these young kids with their iPhones and cappuccinos, and they have no problems. You don't know what that's like to have to go to war, to be forced into austerity. And I think if we did have one, there would, we'd remember what's important again. So everybody's got so much time on their hands. There's boredom. I get the teen takeover. It's fun. It's like with the BLM rights and Antifa. It says this is like Grand Theft Auto, the video game.
Yeah. And
that's how they see it. I know that. Well, people can say, no, they're out there protesting for rights. Yeah, sure you are. That's why you're partying on top of a car, driving down through Charlotte, whatever that interstate is.
And then they're
it's a street party.
Yeah. And then they're in tears when the FAFO portion comes into it.
Yeah. Then there's a problem and police are too forceful and all this. And it's just, it drives me insane because, like I was talking about it on the last podcast, we all have to pretend. We live in pretend world because we don't want to be labeled something, or we're going to get shot at, or whatever it is. So we're all terrified and pretending, and it needs to come to an end. I think it is. And not to keep babbling here, but have you heard of this James Fishback in Florida?
No.
Oh, for governor. He's been on the mic. Somebody let him loose, and he said, he's running for governor. I thought it was attorney general, but I guess it's governor. He said in front of a crowd, not just TV, if you bring a teen takeover here, we are going to bring out dozens of people with AR-15s, and we are going to put an end to these takeovers. I don't care if you're black, white, Muslim, Christian, Jew. We are going to show up with AR-15s. We are an open carry state, and we're going to do it. I'm like, that shows how sick of it people are getting.
Is he an independent or?
I don't know. I've got to look more into him because I think he's the guy. A friend of mine pointed out. I think he's the guy that wanted to but tax OnlyFans accounts 50% tax on OnlyFans.
Definitely not a libertarian. Yeah.
No, not a libertarian. I'm assuming he's a Republican then. He's definitely not a Democrat talking the way he does. But
yeah,
well,
might be a independent. Yeah.
Yeah, he could be independent, but I have to look into it more. But his name's James Fishback. He's making the rounds.
Ah, very cool. Very cool.
And then we've got the Carmelo jury an all-white jury.
Yeah.
So they're mad about that. And then they just found that some of the potential jury members said they said they'd have a real hard time putting a brother in jail.
Oh.
Okay, then that's why it's an all-white jury, maybe, because some of the black people are straight up saying we're not going to follow the scales of justice.
Yeah, and then you've got the protesters outside saying "kill the crackers" and stuff like that.
And the only good cracker is a dead cracker. He's on video saying it.
Well, the dummy, it's a saltine, you dumbass.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why they think that hurts us. I've heard the history was they called us that because we'd cracked the whip on them. I'm like, okay, that's
actually it wasn't cracking the whip on them.
Yeah.
Crackers was just a term for the farmers who would be cracking the whips on the horses and stuff. So it was just, and it didn't even have to be a cracker. A majority of crackers didn't even own slaves.
Yeah.
In that area. So
well, it was only like 1% of the South that owned slaves anyway, or less. Yeah. Very small number. So.
No, the largest slave owner in American history was a black woman in New Orleans. The first slave owner in before we became a nation was Antonio or Anthony Johnson.
Johnson, yep.
Who was a black man. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, it's just, and again, it's not about race. It's, these people just don't know history. Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes it even more infuriating.
Oh, yeah.
It's like this stuff isn't even real. If it was real, you're still taking it too far because we're far removed. We didn't invent slavery. We were one of the first two to end slavery. Yeah. 700,000 white men died to free the slaves. Yeah. All good things.
Yeah.
So, but it's not even true what they're saying. They don't even know the history.
Well,
and I don't mean black people. I mean anybody on the left, basically.
Or I guess we would just consider that the people that are in the universities and so on, they're trying to get out this alternative narrative of history and so on. Yeah, which is I was talking to a young goth lady the other day, and she was just like, this is because of racism, and that's because of racism, and so on. She was mostly talking about drug laws and things like that. And I said, historically, you're not totally wrong. Mm-hmm. I said, but today I don't think it's really as strong an argument. And as they try to make it, I just. But again, it's because that social narrative, the guilt, everything else they put into the young people's minds from the institutions and the medias and things like that. That plays in.
And I don't know why. I can't figure out what's the logical conclusion is to eradicate white people.
No.
I don't.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna pose this. The reason why they do this is it goes to Saul Alinsky.
Yeah.
This is all so we can topple society and not just government but society itself, so that they can get a Marxist ruling class in there. And they don't even care, honestly, they don't even care if it's Marxist. They just want to have a ruling class. And they think that they are going to get, they're going to make the same mistake that several of the early Russian communists did, that they're going to get their group in charge. What's going to happen, and we all know that from reading Animal Farm, is that no, it's not going to be the erudite group that's in there. The erudite group is going to get killed by the people who have real desire for power and are not afraid to use force. Mm-hmm. And it's a thing that in history that keeps on going over and over again. Oh, but this time it's going to be different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it hasn't been tried yet. It hasn't truly been tried yet.
But yeah, all this really wild, goofy stuff about men being women, left being right. This is language not meaning anything anymore. Mm-hmm. Not teaching our kids to be stupid, teaching them to hate each other. All this other stuff. It all doesn't make sense, except that you are trying to unravel the fabric of the nuclear family,
Yeah.
of Judeo-Christian values, of free market capitalism, all the things that have made things successful and run and do well. And how do you do it? Well, you just pull that book off the shelf and start reading all the instructions. But unfortunately for the Marxists and the people on the left, the people in the middle have also been reading that book, and have been doing a better job at it than the people on the left as of late.
Yeah, as of late for sure.
Yeah,
They took about a decade and a half now has been where they've had free reign and total control over the narrative and what you can see and what you can hear and what you can read. And people are finally just now tired of it, it seems like.
Oh, yeah.
And doing something about it.
Yeah.
So.
And I can see that they're going to have a reversal of people going into universities and colleges because there's no benefit. You spend a lot of money and you don't get a job because of it. So, it's better to be an entrepreneur or a plumber.
Yeah, something in the tradesman for sure. And now with AI, it's even worse. So
yeah,
that's the only. I think that's one good thing. Maybe the only good thing about AI is it's pushing these kids into to obscurity where their jobs don't mean anything.
I'm glad you brought up AI because here's another thing that's really interesting and kind of disturbing. Data centers. There's been a big pushback on data centers, and it's very coordinated. Now, Mr. Wonderful from the Shark Tank actually had paid for his own study on it and found out that it is all coordinated by our friends from Communist China.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So they're the ones putting out the misinformation about data centers using up water.
Oh, so that's not true then?
No.
Because I saw something the other day where the Chinese are putting theirs at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
Natural cooling. The cooling's already there.
Yeah.
They're not using up the same stuff. But I'm not saying that to say I believed it. It was just something. Yeah.
No, it really isn't. And also that it's going to in the rural areas, it's going to pull their electrical grid and power grids down to nothing. It actually is going to do the opposite. It's actually going to be boosting their power grids and stuff when they build them in, because some of these are going to have their own autonomous energy centers that are going to be put in, and then they're going to be put into the grid, and the overage is going to go into the community.
I've heard, somebody wanted to mandate that they help supply the community with more power, not take from it.
Yeah,
I don't remember if it was Trump or somebody said that. But,
well, and most of the centers that they have been designing and stuff want it because they don't want to have to rely on the public.
That makes sense too.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm putting in billions of dollars to have a data center, I don't want to rely on a government utility to make sure it's running.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Especially these billionaires. So the third thing is then what about the noise? The hum that's coming out of these places.
Well, everybody likes a good hummer. But, it's, again, you and I both know about audible things. If there's a hum, you can put a humbucker in it. You can figure out a way to alleviate the noise, and it doesn't have to be anything that's elaborate to do it.
I think that's going to be necessary, because from the videos I've seen, it's like it's high and low pitch at the same time, so it's kind of piercing, but also like a.
But now we have to
hum.
We have to wonder if those are videos that are generated and paid for by the CCP.
I want to hear one for myself in person, because
exactly
they're very convincing videos. But who knows?
That's it. I mean,
So I should be pro data center now. Then
I've switched. Just be skeptical, but be also skeptical of the stuff that's being out, that's coming out, because you're like, well, why? I mean, we've got data centers existing right now, and we haven't heard these types of complaints before. Why now? And it's because China wants to retard our superiority of getting into AI, and AI is data center dependent.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that's one that's like important to me, because I'm like, if they want to build one here, I'll be out fighting against it. But if that's the case, I'm glad to know that. I have to look into that more.
I mean, that's you always have to know the try at least to get to know the facts instead of what people post as fact. Yeah.
Well, I wonder the other thing too, how they're doing it with zoning, because from what I've seen, unless these are fake videos too, but they're building them very close to neighborhoods where you can see them. I mean, right in your face, out your front door, basically.
I think it would probably in the Northeast. I don't think it can be avoidable because those states are so small, so densely packed, and things like that. I don't think that they're filming that in Montana.
Yeah.
So, I think it all depends, again. And I think they have to have a certain amount of infrastructure that's close to them. So I don't know. Again, I don't have any real information on that to speak of. It's I'm sure, it would be great if we could just wipe out some, really horrible. Like in Florida, we wiped out a real horrible section of St. Petersburg and built a baseball stadium there, and we didn't even have a professional team yet. Where the Rays play in that in St. Petersburg, they didn't have a team. As a matter of fact, what they did, they actually got a hockey team before they had a professional baseball team, and so the hockey team, the Tampa Bay Thunder?
Rays, aren't they?
Thunder. Yeah. Well, the Rays are the baseball, but the Thunder, I think, is the.
That sounds right.
Yeah, was the or Lightning. It's Lightning. Tampa Bay Lightning. They started playing in the baseball stadium, and it was great because they had record crowds for an expansion team, because the hockey teams were not playing in these giant baseball stadiums.
Oh yeah,
so they had record time, and then they built after the Rays did come to be an expansion team, baseball team. They built the Ice Palace in Tampa for the hockey team, and the Ice Palace. And so, but they literally, I remember because I was living there, the reason why they did that is because they wanted to get rid of the gaslight district of St. Petersburg. And it was actually very genius way to do it.
What's a gaslight district? I mean, I know, but for others that don't know.
Well, I mean, it was literally where they used to have in old St. Petersburg the gas tanks and plants for lighting up the city was in that little section of town.
Okay.
And then it ended up being eroded over a period of time, and so on. And so they just they kept the name and so on, but they just needed to get rid of that area completely, and they did. And it was great, but they had I can't remember the radical organizations and stuff that were responsible for shootings and protests and stuff like that always came out of that area and stuff. And,
makes sense.
And it just completely it was gone overnight when the dome started going up. So yeah.
Well, there's a way to do it. See, there's solutions to all of these problems. We just don't want to do them. Yeah. Not saying we got to build a baseball stadium
or a data center.
Place, yeah. And I'm no tree hugger, but with this information, if this is all right, as long as they're not wiping out rainforests and protected areas, then if that's the case, go for it.
We all have to be on our toes, be skeptical of everything, and just see if we can make our best judgment from the information that we can. The honest information and data that we can get. Yeah. It's which is more and more difficult, not less difficult as time goes by. AI and everything else can generate these things that look so authentic and feel so authentic.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the background details, videos out in the street where there's tons of people, they're starting to look. I mean, It's not just the old people that can't tell the difference anymore.
Yeah.
They're getting so good.
I mean, it can extend it to make it look like I have 4 inches between my legs. And stuff.
The new iPhone update's coming with a reframe where it adds more to the edges. So that's you may want to switch to iPhone if for that reason.
My turgid 2. Make it look like 4.
Well, and then, the next time you're on To Catch a Predator, when they find your photo
That's
that
right.
you sent to the little boy, then it'll be more impressive.
That's right.
That's not funny. Why did I say that?
I don't know.
Oh,
It's because it's fabulous.
Fabulous today. I've got my hand folded out in the air like I'm carrying a tray. Speaking of predators, I watch these the Chris Hansen types, the copycats on YouTube.
Yeah.
Digion and Skeeter Gene does these where they catch the predators, and they get a lot of them locked up, most of them actually, but
Yeah.
I guess one of them is Alex Rosen, and he's white, and he went, Chud the Builder.
Uh-huh.
He went and testified in court and saying that he shouldn't be in jail, and raised like $10,000 for him to get out. And this is, I don't even know why I'm saying this, but it reminded me of the Catch the Predator stuff. The stream of consciousness. He used to work with Gideon or whatever his name is. It was a black guy, and now they aren't working together because Alex Rosen's white. He's supporting Chud. So just more racial division. And I don't know what are we going to do about this? Because as a Christian, I struggle with this a lot. How am I supposed to?
You just posted the other day.
Yeah.
You went to a movie.
Yeah.
You went out to a movie.
Yeah.
And in it, you had a beautiful young lady that was with you. And you're such a frickin' racist.
Yeah, that's. It's funny because I still got called it. And she's a longtime friend from high school.
Yeah.
We had actually we're talking for a little while, but we're good friends, and so there's that. But then, as a Christian, I struggle with this. How are Christians supposed to call out immorality and evil? And I'm not saying any people are evil. I'm saying behaviors are evil.
The same way
comes from everybody.
Every
how do
human
you balance
being.
that out? I wonder how we're supposed to do that.
Well, I mean, you just pray on it. Yeah.
Yeah, but then I know we're supposed to trust God, but then I mean, it's not going to stop a teen takeover. So I think people have to get
behavior.
I feel like it's going to be the more people that are putting it down, the less people that are going to do it. Because right now they can get away with it. They're the ones that are controlling it all. These whatever the topic is, the bad thing that's happening, they're getting away with it. Yeah. So I feel like it needs to be forced. Like we're hovering over metaphorically these people that say, at some point you are outnumbered now. We're tired of it.
I always
whatever it is.
joke about society and people. New York is a good example of it too, in my mind. I always talk about the New Testament and Old Testament, and the New Testament God and Old Testament God, total different reactions, total different rules and regulations and everything else. And what happens is that everybody goes New Testament, and then they go a little too off the hook on it, and then all of a sudden, boom, we go back to Old Testament, where it's fire and brimstone, a lot of rules. We got death going on, and we're putting people in jail, we're shaming them, we're stoning them, and everything else.
When Christianity was cool.
or post Christianity, so or pre, I should say,
That's right. It wasn't even Christianity.
No,
that's right.
Old Testament was not.
It wasn't there yet.
So, but you had the old covenants,
Yeah.
and then when the new covenant came about, then it kind of gets loosey goosey and so on. And again, too, that idea of the new covenant has been so bastardized by people, and that's where wokeism has got into some of these pseudo churches and some things like that too, where they're forgive everything and forget. No, you don't. You have to, as individuals, and you take your religious label off yourself. As individuals, we have a morality that we have to put together. And now I'm all of a sudden going into philosophy. And this morality has to be where you are only looking at actions. And the best way for me to tell people how to, Christian or non-Christian or anything else, how to look at things and how we should look at it is just from an objectivist point of view. So everybody put on your Ayn Rand hat and look at situations and things. You know, she was talking about protesters, and she would say, she's for free speech, but she doesn't like freedom of action or active free speech where they go into the public streets and or burn anything down or go into the public streets and obstruct traffic or anything like that. That is not free speech. And I agree with her. It really isn't. And even though they protect it, or the courts have protected it in the past, I agree with her. They went overboard. Absolutely. And so, I think we have to have a colder, more objectivist view of society and behavior that's out there.
I think that's why Christian nationalism is not a bad thing. I'm moving toward that way of governance, and I know it's. Is that me, Megan?
Yeah,
my chair was hitting the table.
No,
I don't. That it's never going to work here, and it's almost anti-constitutional. But I think it's if we want a ideal society, I think Christian nationalism is that ideal.
Well, here's the problem I have with the label Christian nationalism is that people who use that label obviously don't know what nationalism means. I think Christian patriotism is more accurate. I don't think you're nationalist, and here's why. If people want to see a really good example of it, go to Matt Kibbe, and he's got his little series on YouTube of the deadly isms, and nationalism's one of them. Now, nationalism means I am going to put my life and my welfare above my individuality for the nation. And that's what drove the imperialists for Japan. Death before dishonor. And dishonor had to be what was good for the nation. And also some Germans were that way, except they weren't quite as fanatical as the Japanese were about it. They didn't have communities throwing themselves off cliffs instead of surrendering and things like that. That is the danger of real nationalism. So that is, but I understand that they're misusing the term, and they actually mean Christian patriotism in it. And I wish they would abandon nationalism for those of us who really know what nationalism means, because if you label yourself that, you have the danger of becoming it.
I get, and the way I mean it, I guess, is the code of ethics. And even if it were codified into law, if it were biblically based, I think it is the best. That's the way I mean it.
I think
see what you're saying.
And when I say patriotism, it's almost like federalism too. They want to make it so it's not state by state, that it's across the entire country.
Yeah,
and so on. And I get that, but I don't think people really, because, and again, I think it's just bad labeling. But people can label their product whatever they want to. I just think it's just a really poor way of doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I see what you mean.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
So,
that's why we have these conversations.
Exactly.
And folks, this is without our nicotine. We're usually having these conversations in a cigar lounge.
Yeah. A lot of the next week comes from those. So that's those chats. So that's good. So mine is more. I think a lot about morality. It is hugely important to me, and I do. So that's the way I mean it. But your explanation is, I agree with you.
Yeah. Oh, whoa. I'm not used to that.
Yeah.
Hey, Marie, did you hear that?
I got one.
That's right. Well,
The thing, libertarians are and conservatives are a lot closer. It's not a Democrat's ever going to agree with you.
Oh yeah, that's true. Except I get pushback from both sides on a lot of stuff. But we are over our half hour mark. I think this is pretty good. A little stopping point. We're going to have some more issues. Join us next week for Tripp and Graham Have Issues. And before you leave, we do in this month. It's not only Pride Month, but Liberty Crack Media has tin cups in hand. We're trying to raise money in the Project 2027 project campaign that we have going on. So if you go to libertycrackmedia.com and go to our menu, click on the Project 2027 page, look at what we're doing. Liberty is not free, and neither are platforms, equipment, microphones, and overhead, and the Hoff gummies, and our cigars. So these things aren't free. So we do need to get some operational money to get us into 2027 so we can incorporate. It's going straight. We're DBA right now into my account. So if we do anything bad, I get sued into oblivion. But in 2027, we're trying to get our Tennessee incorporation, and we're also trying to get our studio, our second studio, which is the live studio built in Nashville, Tennessee. So if you can help us out by going to that, and also on the 14th, which is Flag Day, and I know everybody's got their Flag Day baskets decorated and their Flag Day trees done, and all their Flag Day gifts are already wrapped up and ready to go. But if you have a few hours or a few minutes to share with the fun and frivolity that we're going to have, which is we're going to be doing a mini YouTube marathon here from the studio, and that's on Sunday the 14th, which is Flag Day, like I said, and it's going to be from 10 a.m. till 6 p.m., and it's going to be on the YouTubes.
And having call-ins and interviews and everything.
Call-ins, call-outs, special guests coming in, all sorts of craziness going on, giveaways. It should be a lot of fun. And that people can come here to Surfside, to the forum, and throw eggs and tomatoes at us because we need the food, and just join the fun if they want to be live, or they can just see the number, our studio line number, and give us a call while we're there. So it should be a lot of fun.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah. All right, folks. And again, we'll see you next week on Tripp and Graham Have Issues.
Goodbye.
Two men with two names. Tripp spits rapid, Graham keeps the beat slow. Two shadows on the sand watching the town show. They say behavior's excuse if the culture waves high, but broken windows stay broken while the dogmas fly. Lying mouths on TV promise clean hands and gold bands. Meanwhile, Texas pie like driftwood on the Grand Strand. Letters from the city tell us what we can and can't do. Zoning lines, permit signs, take another cut from you. We feel the tide pulling laws, marching like drums. Free speech muffled by fear in the county's thumbs. Conversations turn to courtroom fights on the pier. Every rule another brick in the house of fear. Tripp and Graham have issues. The ocean hears their shout. Tripp and Graham have issues. They don't know what it's about. Waves keep coming, but the questions never end. Tripp and Graham have issues. Trying to defend. Graham raps back about labels tossed like bait. Everyone's got an answer, everyone's got a state. They're tired of politics, turning faces into fights. Of judges writing futures under fluorescent lights. They love to stretch a coastline, their porches and their pride. But regs and vines and council lines keep pulling at the stride. Property and voice, two things they want to keep. Instead, they watch committees talk while promises creep. Tripp and Graham have issues. The ocean hears their shout. Tripp and Graham have issues. questions never end. Tripp and Graham have issues, trying to defend. Two voices, one horizon, rusting thunder in their chest. They don't wanna erase a person, they want some rest. From politicians promising sons and delivering rain, from licenses and loopholes that fray the walking lanes, they stand shoulder to shoulder, not to shut the world down, but to keep their home from turning into someone else's town. Screams of the goal, sirens fade into the night. Papers on the pier burn in the gutter light. Laws on the doorstep and the mailbox full of rules. Tripp and Graham sketch the coastline with their tools. Tripp and Graham have issues, the ocean hears their shout. Tripp and Graham have issues, they don't know what it's about. Waves keep coming, but the questions never end. Tripp and Graham have issues, trying to defend. Sunset on the Grand Strand, two silhouettes stand still. They argue for the future and the right to build a hill. The tide will test their patience, the council will decide. But Tripp and Graham keep walking, two voices at the tide.